in the September 2nd, 2017 fire tragedy in Moi Girls Nairobi School, and she's just taking us through the events of that day and about 26 days after September 2nd, because her daughter Bubbles passed on September 28th, 2017. That is 26 days after this tragedy that took place. Now, a lot of your feedback, Bradley Juma saying God will indeed strengthen her. She is a strong woman. Habiba wa Manchester says a very strong woman. And there's one more here from SK Comment who says, I'm teary here as I watch your guest narrate the ordeal and I'm reading this on purpose because I just want to tell you, you're really strong. You know, it's not easy to share this kind of stories with us, and we do appreciate. So Marianne, I want you to now take us through the days after. She spent 7 days in ICU, right? Yeah. So now the days after she left ICU, she's now in the ward. And of course, you're optimistic. You're hoping she will get through this somehow.
Yes. 7 days in ICU. You know the anticipation. Some of us didn't know that people go to ICU and come out alive, you know. So for her to come out alive, and her zeal to live was so evident that she was actually asking the doctor when in ICU, when am I leaving this place? Because she wanted to see people, she wanted to see friends. And she was happy to get out. The day we were told we were going back to the ICU, after she saw her pastor, Dr. Reverend Muraguri, and the request was, pray, I want to get out of this. And the doctor was saying, yeah, I need her out of this ICU because the big bags are here. Not even what she has is what she can pick from ICU. And we're very happy. She was very optimistic and true. We knew we are going home because, well, ICU is the worst that can happen.
Yeah, and she's over it.
Yeah, I think I jumped gun to say, we are out of the woods. I did not know what was happening. So we are now in the ward, and she was really, really looking forward to actually going back to school. This girl loved that school. After that, she was just like, I need to, actually asking the teachers, how will I catch up? I remember Mrs. Motiso was her physics teacher, and I guess her favorite teacher was like, don't worry, I'll be coming here now to teach. We'll be learning from here. So you can see the mood was very good, and the results were very good, very encouraging. And and at this point now, she didn't have any visitors. So you can imagine it was me from ICU, it was me to show her love. She kept telling me, you're doing it wrong, Mom, it's not done.
Sign.
Yeah, the sign love, until I got to do it correct.
Yeah.
And she was very enthusiastic. She would read the cards, she would tell me, write back to them, call them. We really did a lot of call back, all those people who sent her cards for quick recovery, and she's getting better, and she would tell people how soon we'll be, home. Yeah. There were very hard times. There were a lot of tears, especially for me, because at some point, I guess I was grieving because, he is a child, especially when she was in ICU, you don't know. You don't even know. I couldn't even go home because I'm like, I don't want to be called again and be told, But we put through the ICU and went to the ward, and we were happy. And there was a lot of progress. Bubbles was healing. By the time, in like a week after we went to the ward, all her face was cleared. I combed out her hair because she refused her hair to be cut. She had very beautiful long hair, and she said, you're not cutting my hair, comb it out. I had to do it, And you can imagine she has wounds on her neck. So you can imagine, I had to do it and braid it, and we were healing. Trust me, and I could tell the optimism in her, holding her willpower was up there. She never said no to anything, and she would want to go to theater everybody because the doctor had told her, if we go to theater, as I say, as painful it might be, it's the only way we can heal faster. And she could see the progress, and she had this mirror, I still have it, where we had decided we'll be looking at her face after every 3 days, like to see progress. And she'll be very excited. I have clips that I can't share because Bubbles had said no pictures of me. I have a few pictures which the sister took behind her back. No, she had allowed her sister to just take the pictures. And I really like it because sometimes it's all what you have closer to that point. She didn't want pictures taken because she's going home.
She'll get better, and you'll take better pictures of her.
Actually, just to take you back a little, her brother never saw her in hospital. And it was our wish for him to come and talk to her. But she said, no, there's no way my brother is going to see me in this state. We'll devastate him. And she was quite adamant. And you know, at that point, it was about Bubbles, not about anybody else. And so the brother did something we have to deal with now. Yeah. So around the way, she really healed, and very many well wishers. And something else I forgot to mention, at ICU, she was visited by CA's public service, Kenywa. And I remember, yes, I remember her telling him, he has to tell the president to come see her. It never came to pass. Yeah, but she was very hopeful. She could see the government is really taking interest in her issue. Of course, her issue, yeah. When we were in the ward, all this time Bubbles doesn't know, because we had decided there was no TV, whether in the ICU, the screen was facing another side, and we didn't tell her because there was too much. We were fearing what will happen if she knows. And actually our doctor told us, yeah, we can keep that until she gets out and she's more comfortable. So when we went to the ward, no, somebody twisted the screen at the ICU and she got to see. Many people died, but now we don't know who they are. We couldn't tell her it's her classmates, it's anybody. But when we went to the ward, when she had now gotten better, she really made a demand to see her teacher, Mrs. Motiso, and told me, actually she wanted the class teacher, but the class teacher somehow never came to see her in hospital. I have no clue why. The Mrs. Motiso came. They were friends. So other than her being her friend, her teacher, she was her friend. So she came, and without even telling me why she's calling her. First thing was like, what I'm going to talk to you about, you have to tell me the truth and nothing else. And asked her, I know 8 girls died, now 9. Actually, she had known Mary Jengo died. One of the girls had died. She saw it on TV. Actually, that's what she saw. And she told me, I know she died, that one. And we had to explain a long story how she did. Because when she was in ICU, she kept telling us, tell them to bring her here. Professor Hainga will take care of her. And really, Professor Hainga was like, yeah, let's get to get her where this girl wants her. Because she was really feeling she will get the kind of service she's getting. And yes, she asked all the names. She needed the names and how the parents were feeling. And after she was told all the 9, and this teacher was really candid and very empathetic, she gave her details in a very soft way. And she was very comfortable that they were given the respect and the honor they deserved. And we prayed. She asked we pray for each child and each parent, which then we had to observe 10 minutes. She had said we will observe 10 minutes of silence in their honor, and I was like, Bubbles, 10. Okay, 2. So we did that, and after that, Bubbles said she's very comfortable. She feels at peace, and she's sure they are in heaven. I don't know where she saw that one. Yeah, so that is on Tuesday before she dies. And it's just to mention, she really wanted to talk to the principal. And she would send the nurse on a daily basis, because the nurse, I think, and Mrs. Motiso were coming on a daily basis. Go tell Mrs. Marithi, I want to see her. I want her to come see me. But that lady never came.
She never came.
She never came. She never
She's
called.
now retired, yes, but she never came.
She never came. And when I told her, Babus, can I go to school? Mom, don't. You don't know her. Let her come. Don't go. So she really felt, I don't know what she wanted to say, you know? And maybe she could have told us more of all this drama. But she never came, which I found very weird.
Yes, and the question is why, and you're not the right person to ask, but the question is why.
Yeah, other principals from other schools came. I remember I received a principal from a school in Kisumu, a principal from a school in Nyeri, a principal in school in Moranga. They came. But her primary school was like teachers, or like she was in primary school. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether she'll ever give me an answer. But I'm at another place. No, she didn't come. Something that really hurt everyone.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, we're human. We're different. Yeah. Yeah.
Marianne, now talk to us about that last day, that last night with Bubbles.
Yeah, that whole week was a bit, it had issues. The Sunday before, Bubbles was like, I'm giving up, because she was getting tired of being in hospital. I think she thought it would take like a shorter time. I remember she shared with me and my friend Irene that she wants to go home. And at that point, you don't talk of going home. You know, the way we tell children, people die and go home. So I was like, clarify which home you're going.
Yeah.
She tells me, home in Komarok.
Okay, thank you.
So I was like, okay, that is okay. But now we can't. And then she says, can we go to India? It is taking too long.
Yeah.
And I'm telling her, yeah, we can go to India and it is in the plan, but you have to be, you have to get to a point that you can take that long flight. Right now, you're so bandaged, you can't.
Yeah.
Of course, we were just saying anything. I knew I was in the best hands. You know, I have seen what Professor Hayenga has done, and I knew Bubbles is no exemption. I had been told by nurses the cases he has handled. Yeah, that is when way comes my sister, and now she's like, okay, now I want to, she said, I know, because Bubbles is new, what happened, everything. She said, I have forgiven that girl. I have forgiven. She's my friend. I have forgiven her because I want to have just positive and concentrate on my healing.
And because you mentioned it, Marianne, allow me to ask you now, because it's a matter that is in court. We won't delve so much into it, but someone had a hand in it, a student, her fellow student. As a parent, how does that make you feel?
The truth is, at first it was, okay, you would wish that to happen to her so that she can feel this pain. But as time has gone, I have gone through a lot. I've had a journey, and actually I'm a counselor, I'm a counselor in training as we speak. And now I get to understand what is happening to this girl, to this person. She, apparently, she was suffering. She was calling out. This was a cry out.
She needed help.
Yes, she needed help, which we did not give at the right time. Yes, then and now, I think I feel very different. Yeah, yeah. I'm
You
at a
go
better place.
to court, and you see her in court. When you see her now, compared to then, what's your reaction?
I think there's more empathy now than then.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I can only imagine what the parents, especially, not even to talk about the suspect, the parents, what do they go through on a daily basis, seeing this person, you know, having to live with this person.
Yes.
Healing. I'm work in progress. I'm not saying I'm healed. I'm work in progress. But what about them? They'll have to live with this forever. And really, my wish is she's getting help that she needs.
Yeah. But Bubbles forgave her.
Yeah, Bubbles forgave her. So I was very mad with her, by the way, and so was everybody else, and nobody wanted to talk about it until her vicar was very vocal about it. She forgave. She's a hero. She's, you know.
She is.
He actually said he only knows 3 people who has forgiven in that circumstances. Mentioned Jesus and the Stephanie, yes. And now her, she's forgiving in that situation. The national being, I'm at the verge of death and I'm forgiving, you know. Yeah. So it is, I don't think there's anything that hard. We can move on. You just need to focus on the positive. Then comes 2 days, a day before she died, the night before. Let me just talk about the night before, because everything in that week, when I look back, it's like this person is prepared to go and just not saying the words. A day before, watch the night she died, she really put us in a situation with the father that she wants us to tell her how it would have been if she died. And she's very serious. And I'm like, hey, Bubbles, that one, you're not dead, you're here. She's like, no, I'm just thinking, I would like to know. It must be very tough for the parents who lost. And okay, I was adamant. I refused to say what I would feel because obvious reason, but the father, of course, said, I'll be very devastated. It would not be like this, you know. And she's sister and mom, you have to. He said, Dad has hummed it up. It would be very sad. And that goes, come the day she died on a Thursday, and it was very nice. We had a very good day. She met her grandmother. They had a chat. My friends came. They had a chat, and my brother came. They spent like an hour in the room with her, and this person is healing. You can see she's doing her facial.
Yeah.
Actually, the day before she had even, you know, there's something they give you to brush to see how your lungs are doing. And she's okay. She's doing her exercises. She's actually walking. And she would really want to do. The only thing is that nobody else would touch Bubbles other than mom. She would rather stay in that bed like for the whole time until like I maybe have to rush to the office. Like she had become my boss, rather, because I had told her, you know what, I'm in my second maternity, and this time we're doing it together.
Yeah.
So she's like, if I have to go to the office, I have to borrow permission. And when I go, it is like, Mom, you have only 1 hour. If that hour goes, trust me, she will refuse to eat, she will refuse to do anything until I come back. So like, okay, I had to be the one to lift her up, and we walk. Yeah, and walk. And so the day before she died, we had dinner together, me and her father. And then I used to pray, and she would joke, Mom, don't pray today, let us say the Lord's Prayer. So everybody prayed for themselves. And we prayed, and she went to sleep. At 4, Bubbles wakes me up. Mom, kuja unipanguze. I'm thinking, what's up?
Marianne, there's something I think you've missed out, because there's a point, I remember you telling me, she told you to pray that prayer, you know, for God to give sleep to those he loves.
After the father left, we didn't get sleep like we normally do. You know, like sleep peacefully. She had some discomfort here and there. And she told me, Mom, you always pray that God to give us sleep. Please do. And I prayed. Little did I know the prayer I'm praying is the final one. And we slept. So around 4, she wakes me up and tells me, kuja unipanguze. I'm like, okay, I wake up. But going, she's turned. She's there, transfixed. I asked her, have you wet yourself? No. But she was holding onto the rails, and her eyes are not dilating. You know, they are fixed. So I rang the bell. And when the nurses came is when I knew this is not funny anymore. There was that drama, you know, like you see in here.
Yeah.
Everybody's running with machine and everything. And yeah, I kind of felt there's too many people. And I'm there just rubbing her hand, and I could see she's breathing hard and I'm just saying, take her to ICU. If she's now not talking to me, she's just looking. I can't tell she's looking at me. And so I decide there's too much commotion here. I'm maybe stopping somebody who's supposed to do something useful. I stepped out, and of course I started calling people. Because now you can tell for sure. And seats are getting out, and the bed is being rolled. I would go on and on. And yeah, I called the father. So for some reason, it's about 5, and he normally comes about 8, but he's on the way coming. So it was like a telepathy working. He tells me, I'm at Bunyara, I'm coming. So he comes. My friend had already arrived by the time she comes. That girl, Irene. Yeah. And so at about 5:30, we're told she's dead. I guess she's dead because I had the father's, you know, like, you know that thing, you know, something has happened. But now I'm not here, and I'm thinking, okay, what's next? I just remember I called my vicar, and we prayed. And of course it wasn't easy from there, because I think I was in denial. And so the journey starts now for the burial. I think I had to suspend my grief because everything about Bubbles had to be done the right way. And the right way was my way. I did the eulogy myself. I wrote it, my style. I did the advert on Nation. Nobody was doing anything right. But I guess I was just doing it. So that period, you would not even think I'm in grief. Everybody was shocked by how I'm reacting. Now I know I was in denial. I had shut down everything. And so we buried Bubbles, and it came the time now to be real. I'm home, my baby is dead, buried, and I sank into my bedroom. I couldn't live. I could only cry and hug the portrait or anything that
Reminds you of
reminded me of my Bubbles. I actually was so mad with her. Now I know I was so mad with Bubbles, because how do we come from 82% to 32% and then you die, right? And it was a very difficult time for me. For the next, I think, 3 months, I didn't go to work. I closed myself in my bedroom, no lights, no nothing. Eating was, my sisters almost lived in my room, and I hated them because they are trying to be in my space and I didn't want to be in that space. And then I decided, yeah, now I have to go back to the office. I don't know what I'm going to do. I spent like 6 months doing nothing, sitting just there, looking at her videos, looking at her photos, and just telling myself, there's no more life here. I can't live without Bubbles. And it kept ringing in my head. And I think the rationale here is people die of depression if they don't have the proper support system, which I guess I had really good support system. If my family missed me a day, they would really look for me, even using Safaricom. And I stayed there, and I could hear my mind. I was just now telling myself, you can't live. How do you live without this baby? Schools closed in December. That is the worst. Holidays are the worst when with a grieving person, because this is the time that you bond and have a lot of things together. Christmas, I was running away from myself. I tell my son, we're going to go away. But I didn't know in my mind, I'm going away with my memories, you know? So we go to South Africa, and I'm thinking, now I'm at a safer place. But the things were never the same. I went for therapy in South Africa, but we were not connecting. So when I came back, I'm here in my office, and I'm doing nothing. And all in my mind, whether I'm walking, the sight of any teenager made me very mad. And I am telling myself, I can't do this. I can't live. I can't live. I don't know how I got to Amani Counseling Center. And I told them what is happening to me. But there was no way I was going to wait for a booking. I had to do it now. I had to get to see someone now. And I got to see someone. And I caught myself just before I sank into serious depression. It has been a journey, but I've trusted it. And I've worked with very good counselors who have helped me, who have helped me in my journey.
Miran, I'm told we need to wrap up. It's unfortunate time is really not on our side, but let me just get your closing remarks. Talk to a parent who could be watching you right now and probably has gone through the same thing that you have gone through. What would you tell them?
Okay, my take is just be yourself. Allow those people who are making positive impact on you to work with. Be kind to yourself. Do the things that make you happy. Ask for help if you can. Family could be a good thing to do, but sometimes family are also struggling with this situation and they don't know how to help you. Seek professional help, like I did with Amani. Make a difference. I decided to go back to school and do counseling in psychology, which is a field that was really fulfilling me and helping me with this process, because I'm still a long way, I believe, to go. And my stage of specialty is loss and grief. So maybe you can reach out to me and maybe we can share what have maybe done right and what has really helped me work. Help other people, talk to them about what they're going through. What have you done to be where you are? That is one thing maybe I can be able to share with them.
How would they reach out to you?
They can reach me through my number. Maybe if I can share it. 0722 729418 or Gmail marie.mwehaki@gmail.com. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Marianne. We appreciate you talking to us, as I've been saying. And as most of our viewers are saying, it's not easy, but we do appreciate. And God bless you and continue giving you the strength. There's a lot of feedback. Rachel Mwendi says this mom is very strong after just 2 years. May the Almighty give you peace. It was horrible back then. Everything happens for a reason and God knows why. Let me take a last one because I'm really told time is not on our side. Fanuel Wafula says, I remember Bubbles so much. I taught her, and anytime I needed examples, she would wake up and say it in songs. Perhaps this is someone you know. So thank you so much, Marianne. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's where we end it here on Weekend Express Beyond the Scars. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Grace Kuria, and of course later on we'll have Inside Politics, and at 1 p.m. I'll be back with Weekend at 1. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day.